everybody! Today is April 6th, 2020, and you are loved. If this is your first time hearing, I don't know why, I just had a really bad brain fart. If this is your first time hearing that message, consider then going to youtube.com/indooradventures, because that is how we like to start off each one of our sessions, so you can go back, hear that message at the beginning of each and every single one of our games. We've played through a plethora of campaigns and are starting up Tomb of Annihilation on our Sundays, so consider going to check those out, but of course after you are done with today. If you are more of an audiocast inclined person, consider then going towards anywhere audiocasts are made available for free, and you can find us under the same moniker. If you already support us via YouTube and Twitch, consider then going to patreon.com/indooradventures, where you can gain access to our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. It is a good time. It is currently being made available for free, so you don't actually need a Patreon subscription in order to hear the answer to the question that has been plaguing your minds. Other than that, if you already support us on all of those avenues, consider then going to redbubble.com, redbubble.com. It'd be indooradventure.redbubble. Again, I don't know why I'm having problems with my words today. I'm sure it'll work itself out as the game continues, but we're doing it. And the thing that I forgot to mention, this is the newest indoor adventure in our Four Keeps arc, Renewal, Part 8. So, with that in mind, hey LB, who you playing tonight?
This isn't our order.
Oh my
Heresy.
god, what is happening? I don't like this. I don't like going first. Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. I'm playing Gwen, the halfling barbarian fighter.
I'm Cyber. Hoy. I play Arjhan, the draconian blood hunter fighter. Yes.
And I'm Wings. I play Coriander, the Elgin Paladin.
And we will soon get to what has happened to our dear boy Caelum. Those of you who have seen the layout possibly are aware of a particular change. However, let's do the recap. I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off, Arjhan, Caelum, Cori, and Gwen snuck into the botanical gardens of the Bronze Baron, which had been turned into the headquarters of the Keshin Trade Company in the hopes of acquiring a powerful magical artifact capable of controlling the somewhat sentient plant life known only as blights. During a fateful encounter with Korg, the Hobgoblin warlord, Cori and Caelum both fell in combat, and after utilizing a well-timed explosion, Arjhan and Gwen were able to escape the Keshin forces. Making their way through rising flames that had been set to the garden, Gwen felt Caelum's body turn to slush and melt on her shoulder as it was revealed that he had been the target of a simulacrum spell at some point on their travels in the dwarven city of Sertelier. Upon returning to the Moonrunner, Arjhan and Gwen presented the Captain Oliviet with the body of Coriander, explaining the situation that had unfolded within the botanical garden. Oliviet took Cori's body into her quarters while the crew of the Moonrunner continued to set their course towards the island that you knew Arasthk to be captured on, while Gwen and Arjhan sat in meditation as they once had back in the town of Silt Creek. So, as you all come back, Arjhan, you and Gwen are going to be making your way towards your meditative state. As Gwen, you had asked Arjhan to help light some incense and make things an appropriate setting. And there was one individual that we forgot to cover last session, Cybra. At this point, as Coriander has been brought into Oliviet's quarters, Cybra pawed at the door for a while, trying to go in, but seeing as how she wasn't being let inside of this door, as you all had actually let her stay on the Moonrunner for a while, she then is going to come up to Arjhan and Gwen and kind of sidle up next to them and be a heckin' support pupper, as she has been multiple times through your journeys. Gwen, you begin the act of meditation, and What is your goal? What do you hope to gain through this meditative state? As I believe last you had described that you wish to get into communication with the female Goliath spirit that had shown herself during the fight with Cord, that had led to the awakening of the Runtax.
Gwen wants to try and contact the spirit realm like she's done before, where she's met Grayskull, and see if there's a new friend there.
All right. So as the sound of waves crash along the Moonrunner, it becomes a almost rhythmic-like state, and you find yourself being able to leave your body in a state of consciousness. This is something that you have done before. And as your mind clears and you can only hear the sound of crashing waves, you find yourself with sand beneath your feet. And as there was with Grayskull, there is a small campfire that has been set up, and you sit beneath a star-filled sky. And you are by a beach, on a beachhead, and you see, kind of poking into the fire with this rather long stick, the runt axe actually sank into the sand next to this figure. This same Goliath female that has a head full of dreads that have kind of been pulled back into a ponytail, and you see these wave-like patterns along her shoulders. And she looks up at you and then just looks back down and continues to poke at the fire.
Hey.
So you are the runt.
I am that, yes.
Yeah, come. She motions for you.
I join her at the fire.
And she sizes you up, which, all things considered, does not exactly take that long of time. And she says, so, Grayskull tells me that you are chieftain. This is correct? My assumptions. I would assume so. You have called me for this purpose.
What?
You called to me. In your moment of need, there were those smaller than you that you wished to, well, help meet their mortal end. If I remember correctly, there was the man who had the split down the face, red-skinned hobgoblin.
Yeah. I guess I didn't know that you would come. I kind of just assumed that Grayskull was the only one who would stand by my side.
When a stone is dropped into a pool of water, it sends ripples out. Ripples that go until they meet the shore.
Yeah.
Your connection with Grayskull? That was the rock. You becoming chieftain? That was the rock into the pool. I am but the first wave.
Oh. So, like, other Goliath people from the past will come to help me?
In time. They may not be so quick to help as I have been, but keep doing as you do. It's only a matter of time.
Wow, I guess. I mean, I've had to fight for my place in the Goliath society, obviously, because I'm not a Goliath, but I am in spirit. I guess I thought Grayskull was the only one who related to me like that, and I mean, that's awesome.
Do you see this? She points towards the runt axe, and you see that it has the wave patterns upon it.
Yeah, was that you?
She nods. The runt axe was not Grayskull's weapon to start.
Really?
We passed down. I was a runt in my tribe. Grayskull runt in his tribe.
Wow. So you must have been dead for a long time.
She nods again.
What's your name?
My name is Salamarn the Roaring Wave.
The Roaring Wave.
Hmm.
Were you a seafaring people, or?
Every once in a while. Mostly stayed upon the coast, but if there were people who needed their shit pushed in off the shores, I'm not going to stop.
I like that. You're sure you're okay with me, like, being a halfling?
Race does not matter. It's what's in your heart that counts.
Thanks.
I have met many a Goliath who are half as proud as you.
Thanks.
Why wouldn't I want to stand by somebody who sticks with our ideals? You have fight, you have gusto.
Yeah. I felt really strong when I picked up the run axe last time. Is that you?
She nods again.
Holy shit.
Grayskull had finesse, but she stands up, and you can see that even though she has called herself a runt, she is a good head taller than Grayskull is. And this large, it looks now like a fallen tree as a log that she has been sitting on. She picks up with one hand, just lifts it over her head, kind of spins it a few times, and then pops it. And then she looks at you, and then without breaking contact, she spreads her legs into a more powered stance, reaches down, and just punches up once. And it's almost like a crack of thunder as this large log just snaps in half.
Okay, you are the single most coolest person I've ever met in my whole life. No offense, Grayskull.
Yeah. This is a conversation between us girls.
So, what do you want to teach me?
Honestly, there is not much that I can actually teach you.
Oh.
It's fighting spirit. She points to her chest.
I got that.
Then there's nothing left to teach.
Oh, cool. If you ever want to, like, pop up and say something, I know Grayskull can, like, communicate with me when I'm in, like,
He's
the normal
so
realm.
Chatty.
Why? Oh, I know. I know. But he's so cool.
She kind of like, you see a little bit of a smile kind of appear on her face, and she gives like a little bit of an eye roll. Yeah, he has his moments.
All right, you're gonna have to tell me all about your people, but not right now because they're kind of, you know, my. Was she in summer form? Was Cori in summer form when
Cori
she
was in summer form.
My fire friend is. I mean, I think she's gonna come back because she came back last time, but we kind of have a lot going on right now.
Not that you want to talk about it.
Oh boy.
This is the first conversation that I've had with somebody who has a pulse in a long time.
Well,
time.
Yeah. So the pale one, the pale elf, my friend, he is called a Shatterkai, and he was, I don't know, I think he was taken when we were back in the Dwarven Kingdom under the mountain. And I don't know how long he's been gone, and I have no idea where the fuck he is, but I would die for him. So we need to find him fast. But Cori, she's the one who had the fire, and she was down too. But she usually comes back because, like, something with a Raven Queen, which is super bad juju, but, like, also, like, you know, place and time. So there's a lot going on right now.
2 questions.
Yeah.
What is a Shatterkai and what is a Raven Queen?
Okay, so Shatterkai are so the Raven Queen is the god of murder or dying. I guess.
Okay.
And she,
Does not sound nice.
right. So she took some elves and she made them into these things called Shatterkai. They're like dark elves, but not drow, but like not like normal elves. So they're like kind of in between, and they serve the Raven Queen, and she's like not bad, but she's not good either. So they're trying to like figure out their way, but she's like trying to control my friend. Well, both of my friends actually, I think. So, I mean, it's kind of a lot.
That sounds really complicated.
It for sure is. That's why I'm glad my shit is handled in like 20 minutes.
What? I'm sure it is. I mean, honestly, if it's taking you 20 minutes to handle your shit, you probably want to introduce a little bit more fiber into your diet.
Yeah. I mean, like emotional shit.
I see.
Like, I have a problem, I need a solution, and then we do it, okay? Like, that's me. For them, it's like, I need to hold it in, and like, I'm gonna lament about things, and like, so many bad things have happened, but I don't want to talk about it because, like, I can't deal with it. But for me, it's like, this is what happened, here's the thing, we're moving on.
I think that to a degree, keeping it in can be healthy. You need time. You need to process. If something is too great and you try to ride the wave, then you are just going to end up being thrown onto the coral. You have to find the right moment.
All right, that's a good point. I don't know anything about waves, but that sounds really logical, and I appreciate your thought process there.
I've had time to think about things.
Yeah. How long have you been dead?
She shrugs. It's been a while.
All right, well, is there anything else I need to know?
What you need to know is that I will help you. All you need to do is call on me. My strength is yours, and I will fight for you.
Thank you. I look forward to working with you in the future.
She nods again, and then says, is there anything that you would ask of me, Tiny Chieftain?
Give Grayskull some time. I know he's chatty, but hasn't talked to someone in a long time. Same thing. If you talk to him about like drinking, oh dude, you just have to sit there. And I'm pretty sure you can get drinks as much as you want in here, right?
They don't really do much.
Oh.
Have you ever drank inside of a dream?
Yeah? Oh, God.
Do you wake up feeling like you have had as many drinks as you had within the dream, or do you wake up feeling slightly disappointed?
Yeah. But hangovers aren't a thing, though. Like, so there's an upside,
How else would I know I'm alive?
Hey, you could fuck him.
What?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, you got all the time in the world.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, I'm just saying it's an option. Think about it. He's a cool dude. You've been great. I'm gonna head out.
And she nods and says, you'll always know where to find me. And with that, you feel your senses coming clear. Arjhan, what are you doing? What are you doing during this time? Are you just sitting, helping Gwen meditate?
Yep.
Okay.
Not
Sounds
doing
good.
a damn thing.
All right. So this would have taken place in the early evening, and as Gwen comes out of the trance, it is now nightfall, and At this point, you know that it will be at least a 4-day sail to actually get to the island that you remember being the location of where you had originally found the Golthias staff. Is there anything that you would like to do this evening? Oliviette still isn't letting anyone into the captain's quarters to see her or the body of Cori. Okay. Gwen, is there anything that you would like to do this evening?
No.
Okay, sounds good. So, we then will pan over to the door of the captain's quarters and we follow it in. And similar to how we ended last week's session, we saw how things were on Cori's end, where she was in a dark, vacuumous space where she was approached by 3 different elven figures, 2 wood elves, 1 high elf, and one of these elven figures, the high elf, seemed to shatter like glass in front of her, leaving the 2 wood elves remaining, to which then text appeared above them that said, "Will you still remember us when it is your time?" And Cori rightfully said she didn't know. And it was at that you then woke up. However, from what Oliviette has seen, she has brought you in to her captain's quarters, and seeing this grievous wound in the center of your chest, took your armor off until you were just in your undergarments, so she could get a better look at the damage that had befallen you. She sees your missing arm, she sees the scars that you have suffered upon, and there is still this necklace with the raven skull that you wear about your neck. And as the moonlight streams in from the night sky through her window, it falls upon your body. And Oliviette is looking at you, and she doesn't know what to do in this sense. When she had last seen you, you were in your summer form, and as she looks at you now, while your hair still has the kind of billowing fire-like texture to it, as it had been acquired while you were on your Moon Maiden adventure, the coloration has simmered. It seems to be just this very dark color. And she watches as this moonlight is upon you, and she holds on to what looks like a holy symbol of a woman dancing in front of a crescent moon. And you can hear, or we can hear rather, that she is in the midst of a prayer. We see Cori's hair begin to darken until it turns a jet black. And then we hear the sound of glass and what sounds like a brief and as Oliviette looks out against the glass, there are several ravens that have perched and are tapping with their beaks against these glass panes. And Oliviette's last interaction with ravens on her ship was when a memory had been stolen from one of the from a specific individual who is currently missing at this time. And she goes to try and shoo them away, and as she does, there is a sound like a fibrous fruit being twisted open, like when you cut a peach into its center and you can just hear the tiny fibers beginning to tear. And as she looks back towards Cori, where her chest had been torn and twisted from Korg's greatsword twisting into her chest, the skin begins to reform back to how it was, and tiny red fibers begin to draw across, connecting from one side to the other. And from this wound that is upon her chest, there is a fluttering noise that seems to come from deep within. And Oliviette watches as a bird actually comes out of Cori's chest, holding on to what looks like this thin red string. And it is a flock that just begins to pour out of this wound, each one carrying with it one of these small red strings, until eventually they fill the room. And Oliviette is so terrified of what she is seeing. She in no way, shape, or form could be prepared for what she was about to witness. And from this wound, coming as it seals, there is the form of what looks like a elven figure that comes out of Cori's chest. And as the ravens disperse, those red threads they all begin to untie and untether themselves, until eventually this form just dissipates. And as it does, these threads then land back down onto Cori, and you see the chest wound seal itself back up. Cori's hair is the same deep black as it always is whenever she enters into her raven form. And with that, Oliviette looks down at the body of her lover, who no longer has the wounds upon her body. The plate mail that she wears seems to have recovered from the greatsword that had been stabbed into it as well, having fixed itself in its entirety. And Cori, you awake, and you see that Oliviette is just looking wide-eyed with tears in her eyes towards you. And she just says, "What?" And she sinks to her knees, and you see that the tears just begin to freely fall from her eyes. And Cori, you also see that while Oliviette typically has these very dark, rich brown eyes, they are red at this point.
Cori's gonna sit up pretty suddenly, and get a little bit dizzy at that, but she'll just crouch down and wrap her arm around Oliviette.
Oliviette will do something that you have not seen her do before, and she is going to push your arm back.
There is genuine hurt in Coriander's eyes. And she just kind of looks down at the hand that was pushed away, and she's going to hold it to her chest and say, "I'm so sorry."
What? What was that? And you see, as you look around Oliviette's room, the glass on the windows have all been shattered as these ravens made their exits.
She'll just look around and say, "I don't know exactly what happened."
And she will begin sobbing. And with as much with kind of broken speech, she tells you, you were dead, and Arjhan pulled you out of a bag, and they said that you didn't make it. They said that Caelum didn't make it, and so I brought you in here, and I tried praying to Elistray, and I saw the moonlight on you, and then things came at my window, and they started to peck, and I didn't know what was going on. I tried to shoo them away, and then they came from you. They came from inside you. It was like there were hundreds of them, each pulling at red strings, until eventually I saw a form that looked like it was elven come from inside of you, and then I watched as that disappeared. But you came back. And I suppose I am so happy that you are here, but what is going on?
I'm so sorry. I never wanted you to see this. She'll reach out like she wants to hold Olivia again, and instead she'll just kind of rest her hand on her shoulder.
Olivia will actually like put her hand over your hand at this point and just squeeze it very tightly.
The Raven Queen has... We've made a deal. And things are different for me now. I'm not entirely alive anymore.
And you can see that does cause pain for Olivia. But you are here?
There is still work for me to do.
And so what, she's just going to keep doing whatever she does every time?
She takes her payment.
And what is it that you pay her?
Past lives? Memories?
And Olivia will say, "Oh, my Callus," and she'll just grab your hand and she will just give it a kiss on the back of the flat of your hand, and then just kind of like presses it against her face so that way she can feel what she would have thought would be warmth. But it is cold.
I can't promise that this won't happen again.
How do we stop it? How do we get you back to the way that you were? How do we get her to stop stealing your... How do we get her to no longer need payment for memories or any of these other things? How can we fix this?
I don't know.
And at that, you see Olivia's shoulders just kind of sink in a defeated fashion. And her head kind of hangs down, and she says, "I would give anything to fix this for you."
Please don't.
And she looks up at you again. Then what am I supposed to do? Just watch you die over and over and over again?
That was my decision. It's my mistake. And I can't see you suffer for it.
And Olivia just lets out a very deep sigh, and she doesn't even realize that she has been holding her breath at this point, and says, seeing you like this makes me suffer now. I promised I would help. When we met Alistray, I vowed I would. When I left you at shore, I said I would help you. And now you're telling me that I can't. Is it because you don't want me to, or is it because you are afraid?
Oliviette, I'm already gone.
No.
You are still here. You still live.
We can fix this.
If there's a way, we will find it. But do not trade your life for mine.
And she just hangs her head. And at that, you just see that her shoulders are again kind of bobbing up and down as she just begins to cry.
Cori will lean forward and rest her forehead against Oliviette's.
Wow.
Wow.
Caelum's.
He's an entirely different set of emotions, okay? She's going to rest her forehead against Oliviette's. I never intended for you to suffer this way. And she's going to stand up and leave the cabin.
Okay. Gwen and Arjhan, it is roughly midnight at this point. Have you been asleep for a while? Have you been up doing things?
Arjhan hasn't been doing anything, so he's probably asleep.
I think that Gwen would have asked if they could like bunk together tonight.
Okay.
Sure.
Gwen and Arjhan both make perception checks at disadvantage.
I don't have any of my dice out.
10.
God. I don't even have my character sheet up. I'm a failure.
We're professionals here.
Professionals. At disadvantage, you said?
Yes, because you were asleep.
7.
Okay. Sounds good. So, neither of you heard the explosion of ravens from the upper decks. But Cori, as you leave Oliviette's quarters, your faithful traveling steed and companion, Cybra, ends up padding up to you. And when she does, she just like... She puts her head flat and then headbutts you. and then just begins kind of whining.
I pet her.
And what else do you do for the evening?
Cori's gonna spend the night on deck. What phase is the moon in?
The moon is in the waning stages. It is a sickle moon at this point.
Okay. She will meditate on the moon and I think just cuddle with Cybra.
Okay. Sounds good. So we then go into the next day. Arjhan, you and Gwen end up waking up at roughly around the same time. I'm assuming you both went to bed roughly the same time, so having Gwen stir before you, Arjhan, is very much like, well, having Gwen that you were sleep cuddling with, just like, yeah, just stretching out.
Sorry, Arjhan.
It's fine.
Did you sleep all right?
No.
You want me to get you breakfast?
I'm fine.
You want to see if Cori's awake yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Gwen's gonna push off of Arjhan as she gets up and then make her way to the deck.
Okay. And when you come onto the deck, you see that Oliviette's cabin door is shut and has not opened the entire evening. You wouldn't be able to see the glass, the broken glass from the deck of the ship, but you see Cori. And Cori, what do you look like sitting on the deck of the ship? Have you resumed your prouse bar, like front facing valiant stance like you once did, or is it much more reserved? What is the situation?
I think she's sitting cross-legged, like at the base of the prow spear, like facing away from it. So like she's facing back towards the ship. And she's just got Cybra like up in her lap for cuddles.
Mm-hmm.
And she was sitting there with her head down in a trance. And as soon as Gwen comes up on deck, she just looks up in kind of it's like weird and eerie.
Gwen is going to run over to Cori and just like not tackle hug her because she's on like a very like the special
Precarious.
right, exactly,
Yeah.
part of the deck.
We don't need
but-
anybody else getting eaten by sharks again.
Right, for sure. So she's
Shark-infested
just gonna
waters, man.
Just fucking take me.
run up and hug her. Cori, I'm glad you're awake.
She accepts this hug, but like it's obvious she's not super happy right now.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone tell you what happened?
Is Caelum dead?
She like looks back to Arjhan, who's probably walking up.
I don't think so.
No, it's a complicated magic thing that you might know everything about. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
We left him, Cori. We left him back in Setchalia.
We didn't know, Arjhan.
But we should have.
Explain everything.
Arjhan will explain what he knows about Simulacra.
But you rolled real fucking high last week, so yeah, you get a really good rundown of the simulacrum spells.
I'm not sure that the relic and the Caelum that we saw, that we traveled with, were the same ones that we originally found.
I think that Caelum was taken. The one that we came across with those demons, that wasn't him. I mean, that's the only way it would make sense because I literally have not let him out of my sight since then. The one time I fucking did.
Pointed at DM.
It's fine. There was a drinking contest. Anyway.
So that drow family still has him.
Yeah, we
Probably.
don't know. But we're going to try and track him. Unfortunately, what we have to do right now is we have to free Arasthk, get the island back, kill that motherfucker, and then hopefully call in a favor so that he can find Caelum.
We still got the Golthias staff, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then we have to deal with Arasthk as quickly as possible and find Caelum.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I think Oliviette and I had a fight.
Yeah, I can imagine. We didn't really get a chance to tell her
No.
that you were going to come back. Sorry.
I don't think there was any way to prepare for that.
No.
You put me in a bag.
Yeah, well, we didn't really have a choice, okay? We had to blow up the place. We couldn't win the fight, and I couldn't carry both of you.
It doesn't matter. Let's deal with this.
We're going to get him back. I swear to you that I will get him back, even if I have to die in the process. He is my little boy. He is
Don't
my
you
precious
fucking
babu.
dare.
We're not supposed to do that anymore.
Right, I know. I'm just saying.
Don't.
I will
We
do
say too
everything I
much.
can.
We all say too much.
Yeah. Well, I have a big mouth, okay? Like, sorry. But also, we have a mission ahead of us. It's going to take us a couple days to get there, so I don't know. Is there any magic you can do to try and get in contact with Caelum?
Not that I can do.
And maybe he can get in contact with us.
Then why hasn't he already?
I don't know, man. I don't want to know what he's... Look, we can't think about that, okay? Because if we start thinking about that, then we're going to think about the trouble that he's in, and then we can't focus on the thing that we're doing right now. He's strong, even though he's really weak physically. He can get through it.
Gwen, you really do say too much.
I'm sure we all know what she means.
Thank you.
All right, then. What are we going to do with the staff? Do we have a plan?
Well, you can use it, right? You can use it like Caelum did to, like, go away, Blights.
Do you remember what happened to Caelum last time?
Do I need to pull up the stats for Golthias stuff?
I checked. It can be attuned by anybody.
Okay.
We were originally going to let Caelum take on that responsibility, but
Do you want me to do it?
No.
I mean, I'm already the leader of a people. Does it make sense?
I can do it.
She looks up at Arjhan.
I already have a connection with spring and with plants. I can do this. She's gonna get out the plant axe. Who wants to use this?
She looks up at Arjhan.
Gwen, I can't use an axe.
Yes. I will take it. Bestow it upon me.
You know, I don't even know why I asked.
Cori, are you sure you didn't lose anything? Do you like have all your seasons still?
I'll have to check. But I'm pretty sure I know exactly what I lose every time I die.
That is.
The Raven Queen accepts memories as offerings.
How much did you lose?
A life? A past one, not one that I'm experiencing now.
Oh. How does that affect you?
Oh, it's culturally very immense. But personally, it does me more credit to be here and still living, still able to do the work I need to do, rather than receiving whatever wisdom I glean from a past life.
And it's only past lives. You don't think that she can take a future life?
I don't know what happens when I run out of past lives.
Well, let's not fucking die again, okay?
Indoor is contemplating.
Cypress. No, I was just thinking like Cypress. God damn it, no!
He's already in non-existent baby jail. Don't worry about him.
What?
He's fine. He's fine.
It's fine. It's
Nights
fine.
in the courtyard.
It's fine. Nights in the courtyard.
So we have 4 days on this boat, right?
Yeah, we do.
And at the entire first day that you are sailing, Oliviette's door does not open. Edson will go up to it on occasion to bring food and other related things, but each time it is just the door opens, he sets a tray inside and then he closes the door. On the second day, it is actually Seaglass, who, looking out across the sea as you continue to sail, notices that there appears to be wreckage. There is bits and pieces of what look to be a entirely destroyed vessel that are adrift in the waters, and Seaglass will pull out what looks like a lens of sort, and look out towards the wreckage, and eventually will rush over towards Edson and kind of tap him and hand him the lens. Edson will then look, and you see that they begin to shift the direction of the Moonrunner ever so slightly. And
What's going on?
Seaglass says, well, there was a little bit of a sometimes ships out on the open ocean go down. Sometimes not everyone goes down with the ship. And see? And he will point, and you see that there is what looks like a human just sort of like draped over the side of a floating piece of debris.
Oh, gods.
Is it
Leave him.
alive?
Well, I mean, Arjhan's gonna
Wings.
go and check.
Oh my god,
Okay,
guys!
everybody. Well, I'll see you guys later. There's
Oh
All
my!
right, so Arjhan,
I just wanted to see that face.
yeah, as you, I'm guessing you're going to fly over.
Yes.
Okay, so as you go to fly over, RJ, what does Arjhan see draped on this floating piece of debris?
On this floating piece of debris, I imagine it's like the door of the captain's quarters. 2 people can definitely fit on this, but he's draped over the side. What looks like a tan-skinned human with black hair. They're wearing half-plate armor, but then over that is like, what's it, a hiyori? It's like the top of a kimono that goes over it. It's the jacket.
Mhm.
Clinging across the door is a greatsword that he's holding onto like with a death grip, and along with that is also a mask in his other hand. It is a white jackal mask.
Okay. So yeah, as Arjhan gets closer, he's like,
The figure is
Gonna-
breathing. You can
They're breathing,
Yeah, you can
okay.
see that they are alive.
okay, so I don't cast Fear the Dying. I
They are, however, unconscious.
okay. Arjhan's gonna like arms under the armpits, like lift them up,
Okay.
and hopefully be able to carry him off.
I would say yeah. I'll say for the sake of brevity, you are able to do this thing.
Okay. I am 13 strong.
That's pretty strong. It's more strong than me. But yeah, so Cori, you and Gwen just see Arjhan fly over and lift this human male out of the sea, and they seem to be again just like death gripping a great sword in one hand and then gripping a mask in the other, even though their appendages and the way that they sort of like loll back and forth being carried by Arjhan definitely lets you know that they aren't aware of their surroundings.
Does he need CPR?
Possibly.
He's a very handsome man.
Oh, does he need CPR? Sorry, let me take that again. Does he need CPR?
I mean, can I medicine check? Does he need CPR?
Make a medicine check.
Or do they need CPR? I'm not medicine anymore. I am not wise. I rolled a 3. I don't know, maybe.
They've been at sea for a while. They might have like taken in a lot of seawater into their lungs. Chances are they will most likely need CPR.
I'm gonna do CPR,
Okay. Gwen, make a medicine
but
check.
gently, because I know I could probably break his ribs.
With your current
This is-
strength. Oh yeah.
A medicine check?
Yes.
Big numbers. Oh, it's an 18. I have +0.
Gwen, you have performed CPR on many an individual. You are super gentle.
Good. Does he wake up from my
yes.
CPR?
He,
Okay.
Albergine, you wake up, and when you open your eye, like you can feel like a pressure on your face, and when you open up your eyes, there is just yellow that just fills your vision. And there is like hot breath also on you.
Hey,
Scrambles to try and push her off.
Ah,
Of all the hells.
you're okay. You are safe now, sir.
Ugh.
Divine sense.
There is traces of celestial.
why come we all gotta trigger this shit?
I don't, so shut up.
Eventually, you're gonna have enough dead people coming out of you.
That's true.
Undead.
Sir, you've been in an accident. Your ship has gone down. We rescued you.
Why are you yelling?
I don't have a lower volume than this. I'm sorry.
Oh. He'll stagger to his feet and look out across the water.
Yeah. As you look out, you just see the wreckage of what used to be the ship that you were on, the Star Treader.
Oh, fuck me.
So,
Well.
Be careful what you say around her.
What?
so what happened? Do you remember? Do you want to talk about it?
He leans against the rails. We were out on the water looking for... Well, we heard rumors that there was a ship captained by some creature. It was piloted by some undead hag.
Oh, shit.
We came across it in the middle of the night, and from there things get a little hazy.
Was there a dragon on board? Was there a person who could have been a dragon on board?
I mean, there was some man at the helm screaming something about his love for the ship.
What?
What?
When we find Caelum, I'm going to kill him.
Why?
Because he's the one that killed the hag.
Did we kill the hag? Apparently we didn't kill the hag. Apparently someone left a hag unkilled. Cori?
Undead hag. That one wasn't my fault.
Wait, so are you telling me that you lot are involved?
Oh, we're involved, baby. We're in it deep.
Great. Fine. Cool.
And we can't turn around. Sorry, you're in on this with us.
I mean, my original goal was to slay the thing, but fine.
Oh,
No,
sweet.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in getting the help of a dragon to do this?
As in you?
No,
Or...
well, yes, but also like a much older, much more
Arasthk.
We're getting Arasthk.
Oh, the big
Yeah.
off fuck all dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
we have to make sure he's not dead first.
That's
What
true.
know the going ons of the island?
You would have heard either you would have heard through secondhand sources about the goings on at the island that the one last dragon that there is gone.
He's
And,
been kidnapped by a plant monster, which
We
actually is
assume.
most likely related to your undead hag ship situation.
You know, not the weirdest thing I've heard all week.
Oh, it's gonna get weirder.
Give it time.
Yeah. My name's Gwen. Gwen Stompfoot,
You see
head
him,
of the Storm Thunder tribe.
see him shift to put the mask over his face. Al. Pleasure to meet you.
Al?
A-L, 2 letters, 1 syllable. Al.
I like it.
Right, Al? Arjhan?
You can call me Cori. Are you injured, Al?
I mean, my belly's kind of full of seawater, so probably
Gross.
terribly dehydrated.
You're gonna have the shits.
Excuse me for a minute, and he tilts, lifts the mask up a little bit and throws up over the side.
Ooh. I'm gonna pat his back. How long's his hair? I'll hold his hair back for him.
It's short in the back.
Okay. I'll pat his back and give him 5 points of lay on hands to deal with whatever he may be dealing with.
And at this, Edson, the first mate, will come over to you, Al, and say, "Welcome aboard the Moonrunner. It's glad you are not dead. What were you doing out there? In the wreckage? Is there like
Surviving as best as I could.
Well, I could see that, but I am more meaning, are you like trying to avoid something? Did you see something terrible?
There was a ship.
Checks
Apparently it's piloted by an undead hag, but there is a guy on it who's screaming something about his love of the ship.
How big a ship are we talking? Is
Pretty
there
fucking big.
distinguishing markings so we know to avoid it?
There were fucking skulls along the side made of wood.
Wait, were they blights? Was this ship made of blights?
What the fuck's a blight?
It's like a little wooden person.
Oh, you're going to find out.
Yeah, we gotta kill a lot of them. Oh.
Alright, well, you are welcome to stay aboard this ship as long as you agree to not cause any problems. If you can agree to that, we will evaluate whether or not you wish to stay on this ship or leave once we arrive on dry land.
I was about to say, I don't have any fucking option about leaving now, do I?
Some people are good swimmers.
Was there anyone else who survived?
Not that I know of.
I didn't see anybody else.
The damn
I'm sorry
thing
for your loss.
cleaved our ship in two.
Oh shit.
All I heard was ramming impact, and then there was a huge explosion,
Oh.
and I found myself pitched off the side. So, yeah.
Do you have any skills? Fighting, magic?
I mean, I can fight. I can do a little magic.
I'll see how useful you are. Stand behind the three of us when combat comes, okay?
He gives a hearty chuckle. If anything, you shouldn't stand next to me.
Why do you, like, lighten a fire or something?
You could say that.
That's
Cool.
going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah,
My-
because we're on a boat.
Oh, no, my entire thing is stay close to me.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, clearly. You need some place to sleep?
Yes.
I'll show you my bunk, dude. I don't know if there's much extra down there.
He hefts the greatsword with one hand onto his shoulder.
Nice sword. Check out my axe, she says as they walk downstairs.
All right, and as Gwen shows Al not only her bunk, but also her sweet axe, that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who has decided to stop by and join us for this wonderful romp in the land of the Four Keeps. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. And we're back.
But our cleric's on the underside. Got a new guy, hope he doesn't die. That's all I got.
That was beautiful. For those of you who are joining us visually, LB is currently not here, but she has told us to just start without her. She'll join us. Hopefully, it's one of the situations where, I don't know, she'll be yelling something really fun when she comes back on, so we'll know that she's there. Probably to a cat. But yes, so Gwen is showing Al, your newest companion, her bunk and sweet axe. No jokes there. It is literally just showcasing the underbelly of the ship. Cori, you and Arjhan are currently on the deck. Is there any conversation that the two of you would like to have while Gwen is away?
Are you sad or
Oh. Uh-oh.
Everybody T-pose.
for
Everyone at
audio.
home T-pose.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ah! It worked.
now, Cori? Are you sad Or is Arjhan sad? Because we can't both be sad. There's only so much sad that can go around.
Who's got the sad monopoly here?
Who has the sad stick?
I've got the Gulthias staff. Does that count?
Yes, you're sad. Arjhan is angry.
Okay. I think Cori wants to talk.
Okay.
She explains the situation with Oliviette. And says, I don't know what to do.
I mean, I'll be real honest with you, Cori. I don't have a lot of experience in this. I mean, do you know her a lot better than I do? Do you think giving her time and space is going to help in this situation, or do you think you should do anything?
I think time and space is probably going to be the best option at this point. I will have to resolve this before we leave to find Caelum, though.
Right.
I can't leave her on an open book for that long.
No, I understand, Cori.
Are you all right? We're about to go and rescue Arasthk.
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
You don't like him, and last I checked, he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
That's putting it mildly.
Well, he is hoping that this changes that.
All right. Well, I am still your friend. And I'm going to make sure that he treats you fairly.
I appreciate it.
And this thing is really scary, she says, lifting up the Gulthias staff. So, arbitrary, ominous warnings about, oh, if it takes me over, you have to take me out. Oh.
Cybra does not like this stick.
And Cyber likes every stick.
I know you mean that with the best of intentions. Can we stop trying to sacrifice ourselves for each other? Can we please fucking stop?
Okay. I can't promise that outright. I literally have more lives than the rest of you.
Cori, how many times are you going to make us watch that? Because it's not pretty from this side.
I'm sorry.
I know that I don't have any room to talk.
I don't do this on purpose.
I know. I know. I know. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We really do talk too much.
Cori leaves.
Cybra chooses to stay with Arjhan because Arjhan doesn't have the stick that Cybra doesn't like.
That's fine. Cori goes and sits on her special spot in the prow spear, and she's gonna try and take on her spring form.
Okay. Make a wisdom check.
Now, is this a wisdom check or a wisdom save?
This is... What have we been having you do before?
Oh, I don't know.
I was pretty sure it was wisdom check.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 3, so it's not happening tonight.
No, not today.
I will, however, attune to the Golthias staff.
Oh, yeah. You can certainly take your time attuning to the Golthias staff over the period of a short rest.
Okay.
All right. And then, Arjhan, is there anything else that you wanted to do? All right.
A damn thing.
Sounds good. So, later in the day after, as Gwen is kind of showing you these areas, Al, you think that that this little halfling is going to be coming on to you? And, like, she says these things that are almost double entendres, but the more that you get to talking with her, you realize that's just kind of how she talks. Like, everything can be made sexual by this small halfling. She's not trying. It just happens.
Huh.
And while you are in the process of speaking with her, there is a knock on the door. And you then come face to face with a blue-skinned tiefling. And this tiefling is wearing kind of white garments that have... They look like they are wearing medicinal gear. In some fashion, and they look at you and say, "Hello, hi, I'm Doc. I'm the ship's surgeon. I heard that we pulled you up from being overboard, and I was wondering if are you suffering? Is there any ailments that are currently going on with you? Do you need me to take a look? Anything at all?"
Just a little waterlogged, Doc. I think I'll pull through.
Well, if you've swallowed a lot, I have something that could make you throw it back up. If you're looking to just like expunge it out of your system, it'd be super quick, super easy.
I did a bit of that earlier. I think I'm fine. Some fresh water and...
Well, then here.
Fresh water.
And she goes over to a small table and she pulls out a knife that looks impossibly sharp and sets it down onto the table. And then she reaches under the counter space, and you see that she pulls out it's a lime, and she just kind of cuts it in half, and then will take the process of squeezing the lime into a glass, and will mix it with what looks like a little bit of fresh water. And she says, "Then drink this if you're dehydrated. Also don't know the last time you had any kind of citrus. Don't want you catching scurvy. Just try and stay refreshed as much as you possibly can. No extraneous movements until you're feeling better, okay?"
You got it, Doc.
And that Doc just sort of smiles and nods. Gwen, what you have missed is that Al has come to realize that most everything that Gwen says comes off as either sexual or a double entendre, not on any fault of Gwen's. That's just how she speaks. And as you were in the process of kind of showing him around, the ship surgeon, the blue-skinned tiefling Doc, ended up showing up and kind of pulling him aside. And at this point, Al is then coming back out of the medical bay It's a small room. It's hardly a bay, but ship terms. And he is holding a glass of some sort of tasty beverage.
Did you get what you needed?
Water? He'll tip the mask up a little bit and start sipping on it.
I like your mask, by the way.
Thanks. It's a small memento.
Cool. We don't share a lot of secrets, so if you don't want to share a lot of secrets, that's okay. I'm the one to talk to about secrets, but if you don't want to, that's okay too. We're very accepting of introversion.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
17.
I rolled a 16 for persuasion.
Gwen seems like she's being this is one of the few things that she has said that doesn't have any weird sexual innuendo to it. She's just being very forthcoming. Which is
Well,
almost
if I
more
have
concerning.
Well, if I have any nasty breakups, then you'll find me draped over a bed and you can talk to me.
All right, cool. Well, if you need anything, let me know.
Cheers.
I'm gonna go back and talk to Cori.
Okay. And Cori looks like she has just gotten done having a conversation with Arjhan, and she is holding on to this wicked-looking staff that you have seen before. This is the Golthias staff, and it looks like Cori is in the process of attuning to it.
Hey, you think you can use that thing?
I'm going to have to.
Are you ready for that?
I'm going to have to be.
Well, I believe in you, so there's that.
Thank you, Gwen.
Are you okay?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
We talk too much.
No, we don't. We don't talk enough, Cori. I mean, when we have problems, when I have problems, I kind of just say it I'm really worried about Caelum right now because I don't know where he is and he could be in trouble, but I can't do anything about it right now. So I'm going to try and deal with it by myself because there's nothing we can do. Your turn.
I'm dying.
What do you mean you're dying?
I have been. That's what all of this is.
What? The staff?
No, not the staff. She's gonna put it off to the side. Ever since the Raven Queen happened, I have been in the process of dying. We're only prolonging the inevitable. And I'm the only person that's acting like it.
But I thought you were I thought she was giving you extra lives. You get to come back as much as you want until
Until you don't?
well, until you're done with your thing, and then you just get to keep going as your normal life.
We don't know exactly. We don't know the exact terms of this arrangement. And if we do, they're not very good ones.
Well, why not? She's not she's not the guy to murder.
She told me to steal Amaris.
I mean, yes, that is a thing but you're back now. So
Yes.
what?
Yes, I am. I am back, and I'm here to do the work, and I will.
So, what? When the work's done, you just don't get to be here anymore?
I don't know.
So why do you think you're dying if you don't know?
She just kind of like leans back and looks up at the stars. Like, is it night yet?
What?
We can say it's nightfall.
Okay. She leans back and looks up at the stars. I'm just afraid that I'm going to hurt people. I am hurting people. I've hurt Oliviette, and I've hurt all the rest of you.
Didn't hurt me. I knew you were coming back. And hey, if you don't come back, I know there's an afterlife, and I'm gonna go snag you from that. So, like, it's whatever, Cori. We're gonna be, like, super powerful by the time this thing is over. So, like, hopefully we'll get in the favor of my god and Arjhan's god and then Caelum's god. And then we're gonna have all these favors, and then you can just come back. I mean, you're like an elf. You're not even from here, right? Like, if you die here, you just go back to the Feywild anyways, right?
Oh, no, I don't think that's how that works.
Oh.
No, not at all, no.
Well, you know, souls are an interesting thing. I should know. I have 2 of them inside of my head now, which isn't as cool as you think it. I mean, it's really cool. Love you guys. However,
sorry, they're listening.
It's not,
okay.
It's not the end all be all when you die. I mean, like, you just gotta attach that bitch to a body and then, you know.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine, Cori. You're gonna be fine.
Gwen, you are absolutely fireproof.
No, I'm not.
Okay, not literally, figuratively.
I mean, I just try and deal with what I can, and if I can't deal with it, I mean, there's like a lot of fucking magic in this world, so someone can. Okay.
I guess I have a lot to think about.
Yeah. Why did you get in this mood to begin with?
Oliviette's angry at me for dying.
Wow.
That is such a... That's such a short way of putting it.
No, I know it's more complicated than that. Do you want me to talk to her? Because it's kind of our fault she didn't know that you're gonna come back.
I think she needs some time.
Okay.
But this has been really bad for her.
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you need anything?
I'm just going to stay here for a while.
Can I have a hug?
Yes, you can have a hug. And she wraps an arm around Gwen.
I'm glad you're back, Cori, and I hope you keep coming back. Hopefully we're not going to have that problem, but, you know.
I will be here for as long as I possibly can.
That's right. And if you're not, I'm going to go to the afterlife and drag your ass back. And she's going to, like, punch her stomach as she, like, moves away.
Yep. Can't get away from you that easy.
Nope. I'm like glue.
Cori smiles and just sort of shakes her head.
I guess Gwen's going to go get food.
All right. Sounds good. You guys have still 2 more days left of seafaring travel until you get to the island which you were heading. Is there anything that you are there any interactions or anything else that you would like to go over or cover on the way there?
I would try each one of those days to enter my spring form.
Okay. So make another wisdom check.
10
Nope.
and 2.
Also no.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Does there seem to be tension in the group?
In like the crew of the Moon Runner or the crew of the Four Keeps?
Like the Four Keeps.
I think there's a little bit of tension.
What's Arjhan up to?
He's not doing a lot. He just seems frustrated and angry.
Oh. Like more so than when Gwen talked to him last?
It's been a pretty, constant thing over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay. Gwen would probably approach him then. What is he doing?
If it's the last day, then I guess he's out on the edge of the ship, just trying to look for the island.
Mm-hmm.
If it's before that, then probably just pacing around, sitting on the bed.
She'll approach him in his chambers.
In our bunk.
Yeah. Hey, Arjhan.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I know that we're dealing with what we're dealing with right now, and I know we have to be strong about that, but I'm really worried.
Worried that.
I'm worried about Caelum.
I know. Me too.
I mean, I know he's really strong, and I know that he's come a long way since we met him, but literally the one time I'm not with him, he gets in trouble, and I feel like I'm responsible. I decided to go to a drinking contest instead of going with him. What does that say about me?
I don't have an answer for that.
Do you think I'm a bad friend?
No, Gwen. No, I don't.
Oh, why not?
I don't have an answer for that. But I don't think you're a bad friend, Gwen.
Are you okay?
No.
What's going on? I mean, besides everything.
I don't know if I'm ready to get into all of it.
Okay. She sits up on the bunk. We'll just get into some of it.
I've been putting a lot of faith into what Cori's told us about the Four Keeps having to be here to stop the Dark Star, but at every turn, we keep putting our lives on the line whenever we really don't need to be. we're constantly thrown against obstacles that we've proven time and time again that we were not ready for. And I am really starting to doubt myself and us and everything. And I could really use a fucking win. But it's so hard for me to actually be hopeful for that. Whenever every one of us says something like, oh, I will die before I let that happen, or if I use this and it goes bad, you'll have to take me out. Like, I'm so fucking, I'm just angry. I'm frustrated. And I just really want to do this and get it done, because I know it is the next right thing to do. And hopefully that lets us get back to Suchelia and do the actual right thing to do, which is rescue our friend.
You know, I guess I really have never thought about it like that. I guess I don't. I mean, I don't see it as like wins and losses. I don't see it as rounds. You know, like, yeah, I went up against that dude twice now, and I've gotten my ass handed to me. But like, that's not the end of my story. And yeah, I know that, you know, maybe if I was stronger, I could take him on. But I know that I'm getting stronger, and I'm not dead yet. And like,
When you do realize how close we were to that actually being the end of our story.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't. Look, I guess I think differently than you. I don't see something as a inevitable until it happens. Like, Cori's not dead, Caelum's not dead until I see it.
As far as we know.
Right. I don't see it, therefore it's not that way. And even if he is dead, I'm going to go to the ends of the earth to get him back, because that's what I can do. I'm working on what I can do. And that's what I like to focus on, because if I focus on the things that I can't do or the things that I didn't do, then that's a weight on my shoulders that I can't lift, and I'm pretty fucking strong. So like, I know that's not going to help right now. And I know that in this moment, what we need is to finish the job we're on. But maybe it's something to think about. Handle what we can. And if we can't handle it, then, I don't know, there's a lot of fucking weird magics in the world. Maybe someone can. I don't know if this is helping, but...
Thanks for trying.
You want me to give you a massage?
I'm fine, Gwen.
You want to get drunk?
No.
Oh. You want to be alone?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll go to sleep then. You know, if you want to cuddle up, I'll be here.
Okay.
And she'll roll over and pretend to be asleep.
Hey, Al. Where have
Hey.
you been during this whole time?
Wandering the ship, kind of like, I imagine they're having these scenes and Al is slightly out of frame. Just like, what the hell's wrong with these guys?
I want to spar with him.
Oh, I was about to say, on the last day, Al calls everyone. And he's standing there, like, on the deck of the ship, leaning against his greatsword. So if we're gonna go into this thing, I'd like to know what I'm working with, or what we're gonna be working with.
Mm-hmm.
And as my mentor once said, you're only as strong as your weakest link, so what you got?
Oh, you want to fight? Oh my god, do you want to fight?
I mean,
Is this the last day? Is this like the day that we're gonna pull up to the island and
Nah,
might have to fight more
Day
things?
before. Day before.
Good.
No, dude, you don't want to fight us.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can't take all three of you on at the same time.
Okay, who do you want to fight?
Oh, I don't have a 3-sided coin, so
You could use a 6-sided die.
I could use a 6-sided. He goes into his pouch, and
I'll be 1 and 2.
Arjhan looks at the camera and is like, I don't know if I need to call for that.
I have a set of dragon bone dice.
There you go.
Hey now.
Well, not dragon bone
Sir?
dice, but like
It's a metaphor, okay?
they're used for liar's dice. So 1, 2, he points to Gwen. 3, 4, Cori. 5, 6, Arjhan. Looks like you're up, big guy.
Oh, is that me?
Yes, sir. I got a 6 on the dice.
8 on the blood die.
Hey, Arjhan.
What's up?
You sure you want to do this? She pulls him down to her. You sure you want to do this? I mean, I could fight him. I could kick his ass. Look at him. He's like a twig.
Arjhan just kind of like pulls himself away from Gwen.
Wobbles over to nope, Cori. Caelum. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Don't underestimate him. He stinks of celestial.
Gross. Wait, is that the bad kind or the good kind?
Well, there are good and bad. Deities.
Fuck him up.
Oh shit.
Fuck him up.
Fuck him up. Wait, no, that's me. Hold on. Don't fuck him up.
Kick him in the balls.
Don't do that. That's actually quite dishonorable.
What? No, it's not. You hit him in like a spot that's like super vulnerable.
They're warriors. They don't need to stoop to such levels.
Oh, come on. Goliath's trained to get kicked in the balls constantly. Do you know how many times I've been punched in the boob?
It's not the same.
Al turns to Gwen and he goes, "This isn't a bar fight. Have some class."
I am the leader of the... You know what? Kick his ass, okay? I don't care where you kick him. Just kick it.
You rolling for initiative or what?
Yes, sir. I got a 6.
19.
Cool.
Arjhan is going to use his bonus action to light his crossbow. For his action, he is going to inhale deep and spit acid at you. I would need a dex save. Yeah, a dex save from you. You roll an 8.
So that's a 9. Probably not, right?
Okay. So I'm going to read this spell to you because it is a spell. Each creature in the line must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid for the spell's duration or until a creature uses its action to scrape or wash the acid off itself. A creature covered in the acid takes 3d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turn. So it doesn't do anything to you yet.
Start
You
my
can
turn,
waste-
though.
You can waste your action to get it off. But yeah, you will be taking 3d4 acid on your turn.
Yikes.
This is from the last Unearthed Arcana. And I need to roll a heliocraft die. I take 1 point of damage. And his crossbow lights up in yellow fire.
Cool.
Your turn.
Bonus action, I enter into a rage.
Take 10 points of acid damage.
Cool. That's not right.
Before before you enter your rage, because acid was just spewed onto the deck, the bosun, Nuggy, is going to run towards the front and begin just wiping off said acid so it doesn't corrode the ship.
Shit. Is he in range of me?
He would be at this point.
Not entering a rage. As a bonus action, well, no. So, with the acid dripping on him, he walks up to Arjhan with the greatsword hefted over his shoulder, and he slowly peels back the mask as the deadlights from it appear in his eyes and face.
Haven't seen it.
So basically, his eyes and mouth are replaced by this bright glow, and these almost hissing tears leak around his face.
Motherfucker's a scourge, SMR.
That's why he's got the mask.
Yeah. The burn is a pain I've known long. And he's going to hit Arjhan. Does a... Oh, shit biscuits. 18?
18 will hit.
Do any of you speak Celestial? Okay.
18 damage on the first hit.
Okay. Make a dex save.
Counter spell.
Okay.
And then second hit, I'm adding a smite on top of this. 14 and 8 is a 22.
22 will hit.
Oh no, that's all my spells. Shit. Hold on. Math. I need a dice roller. 7 and 4. Sorry.
You're right.
I am having the worst of conniptions because math. 10, 11, and then my smite is... fuck. I am not all right, guys. I'm so sorry.
Pull out the calculator. Yes, okay.
I am.
That's
yes,
okay.
sir.
Take your time.
Is he on D&D Beyond?
He is.
How can this motherfucker smite?
Eldritch Smite.
Eldritch Invocation.
Oh. Knight's in the motherfucking courtyard for this boy.
45 points of damage split between radiant.
If it's not acid, I don't care.
Okay. Return the favor. Return the slab.
Stuff on my cast, bitch.
I am suffering your curse. Excuse you. That was my second attack, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And I just need to read something because that just got used. Wow, where the fuck is this? Sorry, new character. Who dis?
Who is this?
This is Albertine.
But you can find everything you need on D&D Beyond.
It's never been easier.
It's never been easier. And now with the Roll20 D&D Beyond merging thing that you can do on your... I don't know enough
about use Roll20.
Yeah.
And I'm going
If you use
to
Roll20. Continue.
I'm going to end my turn here, and you take an additional 5 radiant.
Okay. I am going to step back.
Yep. Can't use my reaction.
Nope, you sure can't. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly 30 feet up. Bonus action, I'm gonna hex you. I'm gonna hex you real good.
Hex it real good.
Disadvantage on strength checks.
You got it.
Then I'm going to take a couple of crossbow shots.
This might down me, friends.
The first one is a natural 20.
Bwomp, 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 bwomp.
$23 points of piercing, 7 points of fire, 9 points of necrotic.
Shit.
So that's 39 overall.
How much necrotic?
The necrotic was 9, so that would be reduced to 4.
Cool, thank you.
The other attack was I think it's a 21.
That hits.
Let's reroll this. 9 points of piercing, 4 points of necrotic, half to 2, and 4 points of fire. Cool. That's my turn.
Gwen's gonna lean over to Cori. You can heal this, right?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Sorry, your turn, right?
Yeah.
7 points of acid.
He's going to use his action to just wipe the acid away, raise a hand in a surrender, and start laughing.
What kind of laugh? What insight do I get off of this laugh?
It's a hearty chuckle. Like a hearty, like, that's good. I like
Is this
that.
a laugh a crazy person would make?
We've already dealt with one Joker on this channel that was also played by you.
Want to know how I got these scars?
No.
He's got a type.
You know those ices with the plastic on them?
So Arjhan will come back down, put the crossbow back.
Real Joker.
Everybody's getting healing.
What do you think, dude?
He'll extend his hand out to Arjhan.
I'll shake it.
And I'm guessing you guys are at least half as good as he is. Oh, I dropped my accent. Fuck.
Yeah.
Does he have to act your feet?
No.
Yeah, we're about half as good as he is.
I'm the one who stays back. So yeah, that good.
Yeah, so you have some spells on you. Gwen,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Oh, you want to know what I do?
Keep it succinct.
Oh, I also rage, but I have Goliath spirits within me, so like they fight for me too.
I didn't rage.
Oh, we didn't rage. That's right. Sorry. No, I get really angry when I fight, and these Goliath spirits come out of me, and like I could teleport to them, and then I have this hammer that could like blow up and shit. It's pretty cool.
Neat.
Also, I could bench press you with like one hand. In more ways than one.
And, Miss, don't think we were formally...
We've met.
Cori, right. Sorry, it's all the seawater.
That was several days ago. I also can smite. I have some healing abilities. And if you stay within a certain distance of me, I can help you with certain things. Magic is less effective to my friends.
Shame that. Things that stand close to me tend to erupt into fire.
I see.
So don't stand too close to me.
It's a shame I can't put on my summer clothes.
I don't see how a sundress and a sun hat would help in this situation.
Oh, it would for me, but should we test out the exact dimensions?
Not on a boat, Cori.
I would actually prefer that you not do this on my ship. And for the first time in several days, Oliviette is out of her captain's quarters, and you can see that her demeanor has shifted from the openly friendly attitude that she usually has towards your group to being a captain. And
Sorry about that.
That kind of demeanor about her. And you can see that, again, her eyes are more of just this reddish hue than they are brown.
Arjhan will just like deeply nod.
Cori lowers her head and just moves to the back of the group.
I can stop. I apologize. He puts his hands on the deck and starts slowly casting. Wait, do I have mending? No, I do not. Oops, sorry.
Arjhan does.
Please do not light fires on my ship.
Wouldn't dream of it. I was trying to tell them not to. I'm the responsible one in this group, Olivia. I got it.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I use a bit of chalk then to outline where they should not stand?
If you must. And seeming to just peer directly past the group, she looks directly at you, Cori. May I speak with you privately?
She just nods and follows her.
And the two of them make their way back to the captain's quarters while Arjhan, you begin just like mending the ship. It's all right.
That's like a...
It's a little bit of, yeah, it's a little bit of like, you know, a rut has been melted into the wood, but thankfully Nuggy was able to wipe off the acid quick enough. And inside, once you reach inside of the captain's quarters, Oliviette will shut the door, and you can see that she has boarded up all of the windows that she possibly could, as previously there was glass keeping the outside elements out, but she doesn't really have that luxury anymore. And instead there are just these very low candle lights that seem to be there, and it's almost just for posterity at this point. She can see in the dark, but some of her crew members can't, so she just has these as more of a formality at this point. And she motions towards the table that she has in her room. Just take a seat.
Cori sits.
And Olivia will sit on the other side of the table where you are. And you see her put one hand down on the table in front of her. And there is what sounds like a connection of metal on wood. And you realize that she is not wearing the pin that she has been using to kind of keep her hair out of her face these past several days. And she says, "How does it work?"
What do you mean?
When you die and come back to life, how does it work? You said that you pay a debt to this Queen of Ravens, and then she lets you come back.
Yes. I don't understand. What is this?
When I met you, I realized something about myself. That when I was in the Underdark, I did not like the person that I was. On the ship, I was beginning to like the person I was becoming, and when I met you, things seemed simple for all of about a day, and then bang zoom, and she points upwards. And ever since then, it has not been simple. And it's not that I don't appreciate everything that you have done. But it is very hard staying positive when I don't know how to comprehend what I have seen. If I were to die, that would be it. That would be nothing. Hopefully I would go somewhere nice. But the way you make it sound is that it is a luxury.
To live or to die?
Both.
I don't know if I can tell the difference anymore.
And there is a moment of silence. And she opens up her hand, and resting on the table in front of her is the pin that she has been having. This silvered moon that seems to have a sword going across it. And Olivia looks at you, and she kind of tucks her hair behind her ear and says, when I told you that I would do everything in my power to fix this, you told me not to. I do not do well with being told no. I do not.
What does this mean?
This means that I refuse. And she just seems to be playing with the pin on the table. This means that if anything does happen to you, I reserve the right to tell you no. You cannot tell me who to fight for and who not to fight for. Not on my ship. If you go down, I come after you.
Cori narrows her eyes.
I might go farther than you can go.
And Oliviette looks at you in all seriousness. When has that stopped me? When you were in need, I listened and I came. And I gave up a part of myself. So that way, you and your friends could do what needed to be done. And this is something I will continue to do, whether you want me to or not.
Well, you better learn how to sail on snow.
Say what? You say sail on snow?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I heard something like a weird elven phrase, and I was like, what the fuck? What does that mean? And Oliviette smirks a little bit, and she says, maybe the dragon will fund a overhaul of my ship, if that is to be the case. If we are going to rescue him. And it is we who are going to rescue him. I have brought you this far. This isn't you borrowing my vessel. My crew and I are involved in this too.
All right, Captain. Let's see what we can do.
I have one final question for you. You have given me your name, yes? I have not given you mine.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oliviette Rezacan is the name I took when I came to the surface. The name I was given was Lothena Casimir.
And you give this freely?
She nods.
She's gonna reach up and take the diamond earring out of her ear, and she's gonna slide it across the table. And this is for you.
And Oliviette will nod, and she will take the earring. Why is this man exactly?
Because sometimes I can say no.
Not while you are on my ship.
Cori will stand up and kiss her.
Oliviette accepts the smooch. All right. So that happens the day before you then arrive on the island the following day. Is there anything that you would like to do over this evening? Any conversations before you make your way? A 2 on the blood die? Nice.
I'll just quickly regale our new friend Al with all of Gwen's most the 4 keep stories in Gwen fashion of like the best things that we've done, the most impressive things that we've done.
You get no reaction since his face is masked.
Yeah.
Al, make a history check.
My best roll. +3. Dirty 20.
The more that Gwen talks to you about the things that they've done, you realize you've heard a song about these people. It's not the best song. The lyrics aren't great. They seem like they were written by a guy who was probably really stressed at the time. But you've heard it.
The day the dragon came.
Yeah, that's us.
That's you guys.
Yeah. Dude, that song traveled fast and far, man.
Yeah. Well, color me impressed, I guess.
Do you have a song written about you?
I'd rather not have all of that attention.
Yeah, well, it's not like our names are mentioned in it, so like only people we trust know about it.
What happened to the...
We don't want to talk about it. There's been a lot of trauma on this episode, and I don't want to bring it up, okay?
Is he okay?
Oh, sorry, Arjhan!
Sure. Okay.
Are you sure you're ready to face these, like, blighty things? This hag?
If they're made out of wood, they burn twice as good. So...
That rhymes. So, like,
So it
yeah.
has to be good.
Yeah.
it's a prophecy, I guess, if you want to call it one.
Wait,
All
can
good
you do prophecies?
No.
Oh.
Fuck no, I hope not.
So, like, where did you come from?
Far from in the south.
Oh, like in the warring nations? I remember things.
Yeah, from the warring nations.
Which one?
So it's a little known nation. Around there, they call me the Jackal of Shen.
That's a badass name. What does Shen mean?
It's a kingdom.
Oh.
Arjhan, you can make a history check.
I don't know if Charlene and I have talked about it. 18.
You and Tarlane haven't, but you and Arasthk have. Shen is one of the nations that he supports.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That's it.
He'll just tuck that away.
All right, so when we go in, I'm going to go in first because I can take the most hits. And then Gwen's just going to strategize with him.
All right.
Oh.
And you strategize late into the evening. And the following day, as you are making your way on the Moonrunner, you can see that the small chain and cluster of islands that you have been sailing through are covered in what look like old growth forests. And for Cori, Gwen, and Arjhan, when you had initially come here the first time, you remember these just being sand. There wasn't anything outstanding coming this way. But dead ahead of you on the Moonrunner, you can see what look to be trees that stand at least 150 feet tall, with the actual circumference of these trees being, it would take at least 4 or 5 gray skulls, all with arms extended out. These are massive trees that seem to be growing out of this island. And as you get closer, you can see that the forest floor was originally very loamy soil, but is now just covered in what looks like a thin layer of fog, and then there's moss and grass and these very deep verdant ferns that seem to be growing out, and these are the sword ferns that are still kind of in the process of unfurling. And as you get close, you can see that there are things moving and shifting amongst the tree line.
Guys, we may have done a schwipsy here.
As in royal wee schwoopsie, or just you guys?
Let's say royal and decide later.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan? Burn the island down? I mean, Arasthk is fireproof, right?
I don't know that much about metallic dragons. I mean,
he could be resistant, but with as weak as he is, we don't want to risk it.
So, infiltration force?
Cori, do you want to fly over?
Who?
Cori, do you want you and Arjhan to fly over? And
Do a
look for
recon
him?
mission?
Yeah.
That might be
Splitting the party. It's always
Yeah.
great.
might be a good idea, actually.
Okay, but if people start firing at you, you come back, okay?
Yep.
All right. Gwen's gonna like grasp each of them in like a warrior's sort of handshake. Please be safe.
We'll do our best.
Don't die. I just got to know you guys.
Okay, we don't say that, okay?
No, we do
It's
say
a
not
little
to
too
die.
close to home, if we're being honest.
Okay. So Arjhan's gonna like I guess fireman. Is this fireman?
No.
No, that's Princess
Okay.
Carrie.
Okay, now you want to Princess Carrie Cori.
So
I'm gonna
Woo!
and
Cori wearing
Wait.
full plate mail is probably going to be a little heavier.
I mean, I could
I
take
could
off,
go with you, Arjhan.
I could take off the plate if it's truly required.
Fine.
yeah, I mean, do we intend this just to be recon? Because I think we do.
Just watch us
Yes,
get
yes,
shot
yes.
down in the
Oh my
middle of
god,
the forest.
please only recon.
Okay.
I will bring the staff with me.
Bring the staff. So
Um,
my intention is to carry Cori and to continuously be casting guidance.
Okay. Before you head off, Cori, Oliviette says, "You come back and you come back alive." Captain's orders.
Yes, Captain.
And
Are they?
Al, this is so confusing for you.
They're dating.
And
The captain and Cori, not Arjhan and
Arjhan,
Cori.
you
No, I figured that.
and
Mhm,
Cori
mhm, mhm.
take to the sky for your reconnaissance mission. So how are you doing this reconnaissance? Are you just sailing up and over the island? Are you sailing or are you flying around? What is your goal?
We wouldn't be able to get to like we wouldn't be able to see the center of the island by skirting around it, would we?
No, you would have to fly over, up and over.
I mean, should we go to where the hag's place was? Because I think we should. I think we should fly over that way.
Several hours out, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, I don't have locate creature yet.
So
It
I
was
can-
the start
can
of a
get-
new day. If that helps you reslot.
I think paladins are spells known.
No, we're prep based.
Oh, nice. So my intention was to give you guidance and then help you, like, if both of us perceive, then maybe you would be able to get that at advantage and then also get the guidance die on it. But
All right.
I was just trying to, like, perceive. I mean, if we see a giant brass dragon that's wrapped up in vines and shit, that might be a little easy to notice.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know what form he's in though.
That's what Arjhan's looking for.
Okay. All right. Do I know of something that would for certain be on his person that I would be familiar with enough to cast locate object on?
You do remember that you once sent him a silvered raven figurine. Whether or not
Okay.
that reached him is entirely up to chance.
I thought
Okay.
Skip had it.
I won't. It's not a bad idea.
I didn't.
I thought Skip responded to it.
He did the first time, but then Cori
And then I
sent a
sent it
second
again.
one.
Yeah. I sent it again and it never returned. And I just assumed that it wasn't a problem. Corey's not a smart person. But she's not a dumb person, but she
She's not smart.
She's not staying dumb today.
Okay. Well then, let's just use our eyes first, and if we don't find anything, we'll do Plan B.
Okay. So, as the two of you ascend higher and look towards the center of the island where the clearing was that you knew the hag's hut to be, what you see instead is a massive dome of what look to be interwoven trees. Like these large trees that are growing up from the island have just kind of created this shell that seems to fill this center space. And atop it, you see what looks like a small hut. And do you approach?
Yes.
All right. So as you approach after about 45 minutes or so, on the dome itself, you begin to see the tree trunks begin to shift as vines kind of begin to climb out from between them and wrap around, and eventually they turn into this almost ovoid-like shape that then begins to have a mass atop it. And then two depressions form and sink in towards the top of this ovoid shape, and then towards the bottom you see a split appear and an opening, and you hear in this large booming voice, "Mother, you have returned."
Oh fuck.
And that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session.
Oh fuck.
So I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by and join us for this wonderful adventure in the Legend of the Four Keeps. What a great day. Hey, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Mama, can you hear me? Hey, I'm RJ here on the channel. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and play some video games with some of these lovely individuals. You can catch me here on Mondays as Arjhan, I can finally say it, Asmar Barbarian Warlock. On Sundays, you can catch myself and everyone else here at Tomb of Annihilations. I'm not doing anything else for the rest of the week. Maybe stream. That's it.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on Twitter. Please let me know if I'm too loud when I'm yelling as Gwen, because I don't yell as any of my other characters. So, but you can find me here Mondays and Sundays. And Sundays, I play the lovely, the beautiful, the will live forever Ren. And on Wednesdays, you can find me on Nerd Immersion's channel. This week I'm just playing on Sunday as my new character on G Game Nights, where she is a cheerleader, a competitive cheerleader. Her mother and father are Danae and Tyler Keener, so you know, she's a cheer mom. Sorry. But yeah, that's it. That's all I do. Oh, Thursday I'm going to be playing with my friend Lauren. Hopefully she is feeling better. She's a little sick. If she continues to be sick the next couple days, then we won't be, and it'll just be me playing some nonsense, hopefully, and probably Overwatch. I don't play anything else. So yeah, DanaeKeener.com.
Oi, I'm Cyber. I'm on Twitter, Cyber01. I post pictures of my dog and other stuff. I stream. I'm streaming Wind Waker right now on twitch.tv/Cyber01. I play all sorts of games really badly and talk about the lore and world building because that's fun. All the archives of that are on YouTube, youtube.com/Cyber01. There's also the podcast that Kyle with an N and I do that's uploaded there called Let's Talk About It. We get drunk, do parkour, and talk about RPG stuff. There's other stuff there. There might be more coming soon. I've got, but for other RPG stuff, I've got a Patreon. I'm on the DM's Guild, and there might be more stuff going there soon. Maybe. I don't know. It's crazy now, and I'm very tired. But I'm still playing the games that I always do here on Mondays, where you already found us. You already found my sad and also sometimes smad boy, Arjhan. I'm here on Thursdays as well for one last character arc in the Ghost of Saltmarsh game. I play Albus the Aboleth. I am also on Purvistar's channel on Saturdays in a Taldore game where my character just wolfed out. It's a good time. DanaeKeener.com.
Hey everybody, my name's Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me here on Mondays playing as Cori the Eldrin Paladin, or on Sundays playing as Baz the Drow Rogue. I almost said Warlock. He's not a Warlock. He's a Rogue, definitely, for sure. And sometimes on Wednesdays, I think it's the 22nd this time that we're going to be playing Monster Noir this month. So woohoo, that's always very fun. I very much enjoy that. Yeah. Guess who's mama now? DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. The first two games that we mentioned, Monday and Thursday, are at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sunday is at 7 because that was the earliest that I could get off of work and still rearrange my schedule so that way, I have free time every once in a while. I just started playing Persona 5 Royal. Why did I do that when I said that I wanted to have free time? That was a mistake. Anyways, if you are interested in this show or enjoyed what you saw, consider checking us out at youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to catch up on all of the VODs. Or you can go towards wherever any audio casts are made available for free. You can also find us there under the same moniker. But right now, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So, as I've said before, with the Patreon, all of our Nights in the Courtyard episodes are going to be free until this whole virus thing ends up clearing up, and who knows, we might just still keep going with it, so that way you guys can get the answers to any questions that you might possibly have. But until next time, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to these wonderful players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week, and we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!